Well, welcome to a very drizzly late autumn morning. We're in Tiptree, Brook Hall, and this particular lake is a typical club water. Average stock of carp is probably under £10. Now, my belief, after many years of working with the Fishing Gurus team, is that the sort of match commercial carp methods is far more efficient at hooking and landing carp of this size. So I've enlisted the help of a very good friend of mine. He is the Roon Pig, Adam Rooney. He's already been bent into a few fish at Brook Hall, so we're going to catch up and have a look at some really clever methods. Look at that, it's quite chunky for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big one for us.
Come on, you've got to lift it up here. You're on a carp DVD, mate. Come on. Hold it up like a pro.
It's quite lively.
Lively, yeah, here we go. Nice common carp. That'd win you a match, wouldn't it? In the last minute?
A few of them would, mate, yeah.
Right, brilliant. Get it back.
Okay.
What's the first method you're going to show us? I mean, what did you catch this on?
Well, today I started on the flatbed X-Safe method feeder.
Okay.
So it's a perfect venue for it. So I'll put him back and I'll take you through it.
This is a method that you love to use during the colder months, or is it a summer method?
No, we use it all year round. You just have to alternate what baits you're using on it.
Yeah.
So like in the summer, you probably use rich ground baits and plenty of pellets. This time of year, you have to scale down a little bit and think about what you're putting on. So I'm using like a mixture of a cell and micro pellet mix, which is, I think, is brilliant this sort of time of year. So I'm proving to be today.
Yeah, exactly, because you go to a lot of these types of venues that you get carp anglers on and match anglers.
Yeah.
If you're brutally honest,
yeah,
do you always outcatch the carp anglers?
Yeah, we probably catch more fish than them.
Yeah.
You know, they tend to pick out the bigger ones, but weight-wise, which what we're looking for, we'll always tend to have the advantage on them. I just think because we keep busy.
There's the X-Safe popping out.
There
Superb.
you go.
Mirror carp this time?
Yeah, one of each now.
Okay,
nice
well we
fish.
really are going to have a look at the method feeder now you get it back.
Okay, yeah, I won't catch that again.
This is the feeder.
Yep.
Now what makes this so different? I mean, we'll talk about this elastic, but this type of feeder, what makes it different?
This type of feeder is so easy to use. Basically, the bait goes straight on top with the use of a mould, and also your hook bait's just buried inside, so every time you've got perfect presentation, no matter where it lands, that bait will break down and your hook bait's in the middle of it every time, so you're always fishing with it, so you can't really go too wrong. It's a great method to learn on, and it's a great method to fish on to catch plenty of fish as well. So
okay, great stuff. Now it's connection. This is a typical tail rubber.
Yep.
But this is a clever little part.
Yeah.
Is that just looped on? Yeah,
so it's looped on. What I've done is I've doubled up my line in this section. The reason for that is one, so you've got heavier, denser line, so it sits nice and flat, you get less liners.
So that's there, this twizzled section.
That's it, the twizzle section.
Yep.
It's dead easy to do, as you know. And then basically, another reason I use the twizzled loop is when you're landing fish over, you're landing it all the time, the line rubs against your net, so you just want something nice and robust, so I just double it up in that last section. And then coming down to the end, just have a small loop in the end so you can connect the feeder on nice and quickly. I usually have more than 2 or 3 feeders set up with different hook baits, and so you can prepare the next feeder before you cast out. So you're in tune, you're always in, you're not wasting time making a feeder up each time. While you're waiting for that tip to go around, you've got another feeder ready to go.
Show us how quick it is then. So
okay,
you've got one there.
Nice and easy, yeah. What I'll be doing while this one's in the swim, I literally fill the mould.
In it
Press the feeder in, just give it a good squeeze the sides, and I put a first layer on. That's your first layer. Okay, then I put a smaller layer on, which is like half fill the mould.
So turn that round, let's have a look, go on. Yeah,
like so.
Lay it in.
Yeah, and then it's always important to put your hook bait in the centre of the mould.
Okay.
So, and then it will stay in place. Try and keep the line out, so just fold it over, keep the line out, and give it another quick squeeze on top, and then that will fall in your hand and it's ready to go. Clip it on, tail rubber down, and away you go.
On it goes, really as quick as that.
That's it, and she's ready to go.
So you'd have 4 or 5 of them done.
Yep.
Brilliant. Now let's get back to this bit.
Okay.
So this is the actual X-Safe part.
Yes.
Okay. This pulls out.
That's right.
Now the idea is, I suppose, if a fish
gets tethered,
Yep.
If a fish gets tethered, there's nothing worse than it dragging around an elasticated feeder because it can't get rid of the tension.
Yeah.
So that will just push through, and the feeder will drop off the back. And obviously the fish is left with the elastic and the barbless hook, which it will get rid of nice and quickly.
Right, fantastic, mate. Right, get this one out. Start fishing, and we'll have a look at the bait next.
Okay.
Right, you've got that rod, but you've changed spot. You've gone towards some reeds rather than the platform.
Yeah.
You've seen a couple of fish showing there, so that's
Yeah.
clever. And you're utilising a little bayonet at the end of a QM1.
That's right, yeah. Just a small little bayonet. They're ideal for little boilies like we use because it's all about speed for us. These little bayonets just literally push straight in the hook bait,
Okay.
and you're ready to go. So.
And flavour, is that important in your type of fishing?
It never used to be until I started working for Corda and listening to the carp boys. Now I'm mesmerised by it. But I use the almond goo on my hook baits an awful lot now. Absolutely perfect. Soaking them in it the week before and just keep adding a little bit all the time. Just gives me a little edge, I think.
So this is what all these tubs are, all different,
Yeah.
all different hook baits, different sizes, different tones, different colours. Do you
That's
think?
right, yeah.
Do you think colours make much difference in your fishing?
Oh, definitely. Over the last couple of years, it's really opened my eyes.
You've coupled sort of mainstay match products with the legendary cell.
Yeah.
Okay. Why? What got you onto that?
Well, what got us onto that was a venue we'd been fishing, which gets a lot of carp matches on there, the BCAC and all that sort of thing, and we couldn't catch nothing. We couldn't catch any carp there anymore.
Really?
And it was doing our heads in. We were just catching the small F1s and skimmers. So after speaking to a few people and what they're doing, they were putting like 60 kilo of boilie in. So we thought we'll have a bit of that. So we ground some down. Obviously used the cell, which was the most popular bait and the most productive bait there at the time. And started putting it around the feeder with our micro pellets, and it absolutely transformed our fishing there. So we've been catching like big bags of carp as well as the F1s and skimmers, so it doesn't do any harm. And
now preparation, okay.
Yeah.
How do you put this together? Because you've got a combination of crumbed up cell
Yep.
and micro pellets. So
Yep.
you arrive at the bank,
Yep.
first thing you do.
First thing I do, soak my pellets. Always the most important thing. If your pellets aren't right, they won't stick to the feeder. So soak them for 2 minutes in water, take the water out, put them in a big tub to air out so you can get lots of air to them so they go nice and spongy.
How long do you leave them in airing out for?
About half an hour it is
Right,
usually. Yeah,
okay.
it gives you plenty of time. And then the cell I prepare at home. I put in a blender. If I am in a rush, I'll just take a little crusher with me and crush some up.
Yeah.
And that's just nice and finely ground down. And I keep it dead dry. I freeze it and then unfreeze it so you get a bit of moisture in it.
So that gives it a slightly better
slight-
binding property.
That's it, yeah. And
Okay.
obviously the pellets will help. And then what I do to my pellets is I use the mainline stick mix in the cell flavour as well, just to give it a little bit more tap. It's really good, sticks it together. And then what I do is I always keep them separate when I'm fishing. So I've got my ground bait as such, this ground down cell and my micros, so I can sort of alternate how much I'm putting through.
So
like,
for the day, you'll be like, you put like a little bit more of that,
That's
or
it,
you're
yeah.
adjusting the consistency
Definitely,
based on
yeah.
whether you want it to stay on the feeder longer, or
and how the fish are feeding. If you're waiting a long time for a bite, usually a bit more of the ground down cell on the feeder works better. If you're getting bites regular, the pellets will break down quicker, so pellets on there nice and quick to get your hook bait on show quicker. So you just, 3 tubs you're sorted. You can just play around all day long and get the right consistency.
Well, there you go, another one on the feeder. Here, I'll give you a hand there. Now,
cheers, mate.
one thing I forgot to ask you, when we spoke about that elastic, right?
Yep.
All well and good for the extra safe part of it.
Yep.
But that's nailed on a QM1,
Yeah.
right? Absolutely nailed. Very aggressive pattern of hook. But does that elastic help to land more fish?
The elastic's the key, really, Ali. Because we're using barbless hooks, and as you can see, we're using really small hooks compared to what you carp anglers use. The elastic just takes all the tension.
Well, you
out of
see that on all the fights,
Yeah.
don't you? When it's under the rod tip, it's
Yeah.
just like wah, wah.
Yeah, it just keeps that constant pressure on all the time without going over the top. So it just aids you, really. So it's just a comfort zone, really. It keeps the hook in the right position, doesn't keep the hook from moving, or gives it that, if it goes loose, it can come out. So it just keeps nice tension on it. It's just enough in there. And obviously with the X-Safe system as well, it's a safe way of doing it.
Wicked.
Well, the pellet feeder was it basically runs alongside the method feeder. It works in exactly the same way with the elasticated tube, but we wanted to protect the bait more, so it's got more cover, so it's better for fishing deeper water. There's less bait in the feeder, and also you can literally fire it into reeds, rushes, tight against the bank, and your bait and hook bait is going to be protected without the shell being knocked off, obviously because of the cover. So it works like a swim feeder,
Yep.
but acts like a method feeder.
The fish come into it.
Yeah.
they suck away. So if I show you the back of this, have a look, there's these holes here, okay, and what this does is it allows water to flush through it and push the bait out. So, you know, when it hits the bottom, there's water running through that, and those pellets or the bait we're going to show you now will run out, will tumble out, and those fish come sucking at the front and wallop, you nail them.
Yeah, a little short hook length just gets picked up dead quick. It's a really effective way of fishing.
Now, it's worth pointing out as well that, you know, we've shown you the elasticated feeders. This is the X-Safe version of the pellet feeder. They're both available in normal inline versions as well.
Yeah, they are, and available in larger sizes as well. So the ones we've used today, the smaller sizes, you can get a bigger method feeder and also a bigger pellet feeder.
Cubed meat and hemp. More of a summer method?
I like to use it more in the summer, yeah. It does, we're like on the borderline now of it working, but we thought we'd show it today because it's a really, really good method for the summer months. It's very, very effective. Fish in the summer months are always picking up particles, plenty of bait, and meat.
Oilier baits,
yeah. Such an effective bait on the pole that we thought, why not putting it in a pellet feeder? Well, we tried it in a cage feeder first, and then obviously it's come to the pellet feeder now, and it's just so much more effective.
Suits it well. So to make the bait, really easy. I watch you do it. You've just got, you know, carp anglers have DVD players as accessories, match anglers have meat cutters.
Yeah, we have meat cutters, meat cutters and pellet pumps, yeah. All I've done is I've got two sizes of meat there. I've got 6mm cubes and 4mm cubes. I don't like to use all the same size. I like to give them a bit of variety. And also it sticks in the feeder better. If it's all the same sort of size cubes, it's hard to press in the feeder. And then a little key ingredient there is got the hemp with it. Basically, the hemp will just break it down a little bit quicker.
So it doesn't all go compressed
clog,
into
no,
a clog.
It just gives it its own space sort of thing.
You're also utilising something called a speed stop.
Yeah.
This is quite a clever little thing. So do you mind if I pull this off?
Yeah, it's fine, we can do another.
So have a look at this, folks. Just there. That is sort of like a boilie stop that's already on the hair of the QM1. Really sharp hook that. So show me how that works.
It's really simple. You get a needle. When you buy the speed stops, you get a needle in the pack. Pull it all level, like so.
Hold it on. I'll do that. You get the meat. So you're holding it all aligned.
Yeah, and then you literally just push the meat on the end.
Yeah.
So go hopefully through the middle.
Okay.
And just push it through till the stop comes all the way through.
So see that?
Yeah, and then just pull the stop off the end.
Like that.
And it will turn sideways.
And then
there you go, it's hooked.
There you go, bang, simple as that. And then just to show you that any old plonker can do it, it's already half full with meat. Just a little bit in there like that. I've seen you do it loads of times.
Yep.
Put it there at the front, so you're actually putting a bit in, then another bit there, and then loading it again.
That's it, just to seal it, just to keep everything in place, that last bit.
And you're squeezing it in.
Yeah, you can
like
press it hard, yeah, the meat will compress, but it shouldn't break it. So
there you go.
Well.
And that clips on just as normal?
Exactly the same as the X-Safe methods, yeah, just clips on, tail rubber down, and away you go. So again, you can have 2 or 3 set up, so you're ready to go, you know, when you're in competition mode, and you can have different baits loaded in there. Superb,
there you go. Pellet feeders without pellets, done. Look at that, an orange bit of plastic. But it catches you a lot of fish, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a brilliant little method. So you get 3 sizes, it's called pellet cone. You get a needle with it in the pack as well. And basically what you do is you compact pellets into it, or other baits, like a mixture of ground bait and pellets, or bread even. And basically you have a small amount of bait around your hook bait.
So why would you use this instead of a PVA stick?
Because you're fishing quicker, so obviously in the colder months PVA stick's going to take longer to melt down. It's slightly less bait and it's so easy to do as well, so it's just like, for a match angler, it's perfect for timing. You want to fish like a carp angler in the winter where we're looking for fish, they do ball up, and you know, rather than creating a swim, you want to find them in the winter, so you want to put a small amount of bait in without going over the top, and obviously PVA has always been the way, but this way just like carves a nice quick way of fishing.
Well, I've got to admit, this is one of the few methods that I look at when I watch a match angler. I can see why it works so well for these single figure fish, but this pellet cone, I do believe that in the right situation when you're fishing for big carp, could really put some big carp on the bank. So let's see how you put it together, because there's a Blue Peter version, one he made earlier. Look at that. That is like a ball of paste or stick threaded down the line. You've told me you've got to pack them quite tightly so they don't explode on the surface.
That's it, yeah, so half pack it first.
Right, so push it down.
Yeah.
So really tight.
Yeah, compress them in nice and tight.
And I've pushed that quite in, and you've got a bit of a cavity there.
Yeah.
And then this is where you've been doing your little magic trick through the winter months, adding a bit of
bit of
into
goo in
there.
Yep.
That's going to give you colour, taste, attraction.
Yep.
And then topping it off again, so you've got your sandwich going in on top of that.
Yeah, keep packing them in nice and tight.
So you're almost squeezing it until like that liquid's punching out of it, yeah?
It starts coming through, it oozes through the whole cone. Keeps it all together as well, which is nice.
And then the next stage, give us that here.
Yep.
So do I go this way or that way?
You go through fat end to thin end.
Fat end to thin end. So through there.
You got it.
And then you've made this beautiful loop at the end of your N-gauge hook link.
Yep, that's it. Just
so
hook him on.
Exactly like a PVA stick in the carp scene.
Yeah, no different whatsoever.
So gate latch needle there. That all comes in the kit, yeah?
Yeah, that's it. All in the kit.
Pull it down.
Pull it all the way through.
And then like this is the bit. Look, just like a stick, you pull it into the body of the bait.
Yep.
And then just push. You said you push the bait out there?
Yeah, just push the bait and the whole thing will come out.
Look
there you go.
at
Perfectly
that.
formed little cone.
That is absolute magic. And the beauty is, I mean, you've got that tiny one. Where's that gone? It's so small, it's hit itself.
Yeah.
Do you ever use them down to that size?
I use it in the winter like that, when it's really, really hard, when I'm fishing like a single grain of corn or just a little tiny flavoured boilie, just to put a few free helpings around. A lot of match anglers fish single baits through the winter, look around for fish, whereas I think you want to look around for fish, but you want to give them something to home in on. So, you know, a flavoured cone with a few freebies, you can't get anything better than that.
Well, there you go. A very, very simple method that is absolutely devastating in the colder months. If you want to utilise singles or you're stalking the edge, so many options with it. The pellet cone is definitely here to stay. Here we go.
Got him.
Not the best looking fish. It won't be winning no beauty pageants, this one, but well done, mate.
Cheers,
fantastic.
Mate. You got him?
Yeah, got him. There you go. You're going to get wet?
A little bit.
We've been really lucky to have Rooney here. If you're into commercial carp fishing or you like just catching smaller fish, that's what you're into, then these methods are absolutely devastating at it. We've seen 3 different ones.
Yep.
The X-Say flatbed, the pellet feeder with the meat and hemp twist, and finally the pellet cone, which in cold water you've proved it, mate. Devastating.
Yeah, it's brilliant, yeah.
You enjoyed yourself?
Yeah, I loved it.
Show me a thing or two, didn't you?
1 or 2 things.
Come on, get it up. Let's have a look at it before we sign off. There you go.
There he is.
Commercial water carp fishing done.